Alright, after a whole month of no PC spoilers, we're finally back, and we got a new chapter to talk about. I have only seen a few of the panels. Of course, I've seen the bigger ones, but I haven't really seen all of it. And I've seen some of Diab's tweets, but not really any of Knight's. And from what I understand, this chapter isn't very dialogue heavy. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna look at the panels first, and then I'm gonna read some of Knight's tweets to get context and have a better understanding of what's going on, because I'm a bit stumped on a certain panel that I just saw, but we'll get to that. Alright, anyways, it's good to be back. Let's talk about the chapter. So the first panel opens up with Noel, and he is getting impaled. That is like, this is actually a crazy way to start the chapter. I actually thought we were gonna get a good fight, or get to see, the siblings fight against their mother. But no, it just starts off with Noel getting, well, donuted, which is apparently a trend going on in Black Clover. And the next panel, which we see, I think that's Nebra. Yeah, she's crying, and she's just in complete despair. And yeah, just so is Solid. That they're both bleeding out. I mean, all of them are bleeding out. And of course, it shows Acer talking to them all. Which, by the way, like, imagine having to fight your own mother to the point of near death. Like, that shit sounds pretty cruel when you think about it. Like, I really do feel for these guys. And I know it's like, nobody really likes Solid and Nebra, but, I mean, just trying to see it from their perspective, it's heartbreaking to imagine that you have to fight your own mother. And she's over there taking you to basically near death. I mean, it seems like she's actually trying to kill them. That is just... that is extremely sad to think about. Like, they've spent their whole lives traumatized over the fact that she, was gone out of their lives, and now she's finally back and she's trying to end their own lives. Like, I couldn't even begin to process that. Then finally, well, not finally, but the next panel we have, I didn't really see this one. Yeah, Acer's still talking to them. And it seems that Solid is distraught about something. And then, boom! The highlight. Well, not the highlight, but one of the highlights. We see Noelle show up in the battlefield. And she's confronting her own mother. This is insane. I love the art for her here. It's incredible. I'm so happy that Noelle is back. It has been a while since we've seen her in action. Like, this is wonderful. And next, I see... Is that Noel? Or... Yeah, that's Noel. Yeah, he's looking forward, and he sees Noel's back. Yeah, she's taking charge. Yeah, you could tell that Noelle has grown a lot since the beginning of Black Clover. This is why I love Noelle so much. Tabata has done wonders for her. And speaking of doing wonders, next I see... It seems like Noelle is really sad about something. This is a flashback, I believe. I think Diab said that. And I believe that she's really sad about what happened with Asta. And next we see her, yeah, she's thinking about Asta, and she feels like, I assume that she's hopeless about him being gone and having to face Lucius. And then Kahono, like, oh my god, I wasn't expecting Kahono at all. Like, not even in a flashback. It is wonderful to see her back as well. She's been gone even longer than Noelle. Like, wow. And to think we actually saw Kahono back before Mars. Still open for Mars. But yeah, I mean, of course you can make the argument that we saw Kahono in the canon filler arc. But aside from that, in the manga itself, we haven't seen Kahono in a very long time. So it is a very welcome surprise to see her return. But this is what made me lose my mind. And then the next chapter, like I said, I don't know the context. Not yet. We're gonna get there. But it seems that she introduces Noelle to a dragon, a dragon that's just been around, I assume, the Sea Temple. This is insane. Look at this thing. Oh my god! I wasn't expecting to see another dragon at all. Like, Tabata's completely surprising me with this. I don't think anybody was expecting a dragon to be shown again, at least not this soon. especially not in a flashback. But this is actually blowing my mind, and it's really funny to me because during the 1 month break, there was that little weird debate going on. I'm not gonna get too into it, but I know people were talking about how there's a lack of dragons in Black Clover, and then you see Tabata come back with this. This is this is a lot to take in. And then the next panel, I see what I assume is that Noel has paired up with this dragon, and he kind of looks adorable. He's like all chibi and stuff. I assume that she's made some sort of deal or pact with the dragon. I guess in a similar state to how Asa and Libe are, together. Like how a devil user and a human would be paired up. I assume that's how like it would work with dragons, which is a really cool thing to see. And wait, is that? It is. That's Kyoto. Kahono and Kyoto, are they in the battlefield? Oh, the flashback's over. Yeah, they're both here to help. Oh, that is awesome. I wasn't expecting them to join the battlefield. I didn't see this panel. Oh, I was just thinking that it'd just be the flashback. And yes, the final panel. Holy God, Tabata, please. It's a new form, like a new dragon form for Noel. This looks sick. This is like, I guess, the dragon equivalent of, well, I don't know, maybe not Devil Union, but it's definitely something kind of like that. This looks sick. We actually see Noel with a dragon it paired up. This is a really good double spread. This is actually really sick. Wow, Tabata was not slacking off during that 1 month. He really went all out with the art here. Yeah, this is no pun intended. This is solid. Though I do feel a little disappointed that we kind of brushed over Noelle, Nebra, and Solid's fight against their mother. I feel like Tabata could have done a little more with that. But here's praying the anime does it, because I feel like there's a lot Tabata could have done there. But again, we see Noelle back, and I'm really happy about that. Along with Kyoto and Kahono, and a dragon, no less. So I guess I can't complain too hard, though it's still a bit of a shame, but still great. I've enjoyed it. Let me see what Knight had to say, because she said there wasn't a lot. Let's get a full understanding of what's going on. Okay, the title of the chapter is The Dancing Princess of the Battlefield. Again. Alright, and the next thing is Acer commends Noelle for becoming strong, but says that this is as far as he gets. Nebra is crying that she can't fight their mother. Acer scolds Nebra and Solid that they could have become stronger too, but they let hate and power warp their mind. Oh, that is even worse than I imagined. They're not even actually fighting her, I guess they're just taking all the damage being given to them. Oh my god. So they're taking damage, they're getting hurt, and they're being scolded by their mother. That is actually really messed up. Next, Acer says sorry for having died in the past, and even though her children got weak, she still loves them. She suggests they're reborn in the quote peaceful and equal world created by Lucius, so they can start over together. It just keeps getting worse for these siblings. And then Noelle shows up. She tells her siblings to stay strong. Acer, quote, "You must be Noelle. The young me and you, like 2 peas in a pod." Acer says now they can truly be together. Yeah, it's like one hell of a family reunion. Wait a minute. Where's her father? Like, we know nothing about Daddy Silva, like, at all. Like, this isn't exactly a family reunion. I really want to see their father. I don't even know if he's alive. It's very weird we don't know anything. So I guess, family reunion aside from the dad. Hopefully we learn about him at some point in time. Next, Noelle's monologue. Though we've only met in spirit, referring to Magicula's defeat, you really are my mother. You're Acer Silva, but not the Acer Silva we know. You're the person we have to defeat and surpass here. Yeah, I guess it isn't really coming to a complete shock to Noelle because she did see her mother during Spade. But, she still has to fight her no matter what, so it's, quite an interesting interaction they're having here. And then next, Noelle says, indeed, Noelle has become strong, but she doesn't have Undyne anymore. Noelle flashback, she's depressed that she couldn't do anything to save Asta. She reminisces about not being able to do Saint Stage anymore, although she has become stronger, but this meant nothing when facing Lucius. This way she can't change anything. Yeah, like, that's a really sad panel, because Noelle, I guess at this point in time, she assumed Asta was dead. So, she must have been, like, extremely heartbroken, and she just must have been really lost. Which is incredible to me, because I know a lot of people were hoping to see a lot of this for Noelle after she lost to Vanica. But, you know, at that point in time, she still had hope. Like, nobody exactly died. She got away, and she was able to get her chance again. Like, the elves told her and the gang, you know, we can make you stronger, we can get you to Spade, you know, all that junk. And, you know, that's really all the motivation she needed. But here, she assumes that Asta's dead, and she got to see Lucius's abilities firsthand, and that would make anyone, you know, question whether they're, you know, useless, useful, you know, all that jazz. It's a completely different ballgame compared to Spade, and I kind of like that Tabata did this now for Noelle, because it's, you know, furthering her development, and of course that's always appreciated. But yeah, moving on. Flashback continued. Noelle says even then, she can't yet give up, and she's sure that Asta is alive. Also, she hasn't completely lost faith. And so, she'd protect this country for whenever Asta comes back. For the sake of this, she's gonna become stronger. Wait, so did she not go to the Land of Sun to get Asta? So who went? Yeah, because I was thinking to myself, she's here, but where's Asta? Did she not go? And then that also makes me wonder, where's Mimosa? Oh, but, you know, moving ahead, flashback. Kahono shows up. She says that there's some great trouble at the underwater temple, and she needs Noelle to help them out. After all, Noelle has become strong. She takes Noelle to this gigantic dragon, the sea god. Oh, they mentioned the sea god during the Sea Temple arc, so that's the sea god. It's the dragon that has been worshipped since ancient times. And so the sea god has been searching for an excellent water mage who can assimilate it to a spirit-like form. Oh, so it's... So I was thinking about devils, but it's more like a spirit drive. Duh. I feel silly for saying that earlier. So yeah, Noelle's able to be its host. Knight says, so the kanji for, quote, sea god is... And she puts the kanji, which are just the characters for sea and god. However, it's pronounced as kaijin. Once they make a contract with Noelle and he enters a spirit form, Noelle calls him Leviathan. Oh, of course, yeah, that's sick. You got a massive water dragon god. Of course, you're gonna give him the name of Leviathan, which is like really sick. Next, we're back in the present. Noelle unleashes her new spell, Valkyrie Dress Dragon Form. Okay, Mother, I'm surpassing you right here. And then Acer says, to have become this strong, I'm proud. That's nice. And I see Knight's next tweet, she was kind of wrong about the amount of dialogue that was in the chapter. Yeah, I thought that was a bit surprising. After seeing the panels, she was... I mean, it is pretty late, I don't blame anybody. Even I'm a bit tired right now, but yeah, there's definitely quite a bit of stuff to translate there. And finally, Knight tweets out, lore, the dragon of the raging sea will awaken from its long sleep when the end of the world is imminent. As the legend goes, the sea god awoke. The sea god says, the world is in danger. I'll go berserk, and so need a strong contractor. So I'm going to assume that the sea god has noticed that, you know, Lucius is causing all this trouble, and he's trying to fulfill his duty to being, you know, its savior and the protector. So it needed to pair up with somebody strong, and it paired up with Noelle. So perhaps, you know, the events of Lucius's, you know, Judgment Day may have been foretold in the past, and now the sea god is here to fulfill his, you know, I guess his destiny to have to fight against this upcoming evil, which I think is pretty sick. But I was talking about this with Celium Josh as well, and I think You know, as you know, as much as this may have been foretold, I don't think Noel or even I don't think they're both are gonna succeed against Lucius. They're both are likely gonna fall to her, and there seems to be like a lot of mythology that hints at that I'm not too like wary of. I'll let the experts talk about that, or maybe I'll try to brush up on it and explain it in my next video. But yeah, it seems, I'm going to assume that Noelle will be able to take on her mother, and I think we're in for a really good fight. But when it comes to Lucius, I don't think the dragon might be enough. Though we could assume that Asta, and Noelle combined together will be the one to take on Lucius and bring him down. But we'll have to see, because we don't even know where Asta is right now. Which makes me question, who did go to the Land of Sun? Where is Asta? And I hope we get to see some details about that soon. But yeah, I think I've rambled on long enough. This was a really good chapter. I'm just slightly disappointed that we didn't really get to see, the siblings fighting against their mother. I feel we could have seen at least a little bit of that, and then you could have shown Noelle at the end. But, I digress. Still an enjoyable chapter either way. But yeah, that'll do it for me. Feel free to let me know what you guys think about the chapter below, and what you guys think is going to happen next. Do you see Noelle winning against Acer? Do you think Noel himself could possibly die? Because we did just recently see Jack die. Or, maybe Solid or Nebra, I'm not saying they are, but if you feel like they could or might, feel free to let me know. I'm down to talk about, all types of things that could happen next. But yeah, that's it for now. Peace out, everyone.